Hello there, you amazing viewers and subscribers. Welcome to a brand new Doctor Who video for today. And welcome to you brand new subscribers that have brought me up to 110 subscribers. Thank you so much. So in this review, I'm going to be reviewing The Nightmare of Eden, the fourth story from season 17. And it is actually quite a good story, I have to say. So before I get into the actual whole review, I'm going to show you what I owe of the story. Now, unfortunately, out of season 17, there's only two stories I physically don't have on VHS, which is this story, Nightmare of Eden, and of course, Shada. But I've got the rest of the stories of season 17 on VHS, so on DVD, I just own Nightmare of Eden. But this will be coming out on Blu-ray soon, so I will own this on DVD and Blu-ray, where most of the stories of the season I'll have on VHS, DVD, and Blu-ray. So you can't have a bit of too much Doctor Who, can you? So, what can I tell you about this season? Is it a good season? Is it a bad season? Actually, it's actually pretty good serial. This is actually a great serial. I actually quite enjoy this one. So, this story was broadcast on the 24th of November to the 15th of December, 1979. And we start off with a great thing going on. So, we see the Doctor's new design of costume, which basically appears in this one-time story before he changes it again for the next story, back to the original stuff that he wore for the rest of the other three stories. In this one, he actually wears his costume that he wears for Shada. And we have a new design of the TARDIS prop, because this is the story where the TARDIS basically changes the prop with the blue light where it just circles around and the black base at the bottom that we see in the B&M TARDIS set, which unfortunately I haven't got. I missed that opportunity and now it's over £195. And I'm not wasting money just on a little TARDIS set. And that's the only thing I won't do. I spend it on the DVDs and the Blu-rays, but not on figures. So anyway, what can I tell you about this fantastic story? So the roundabout this story is roundabout a drug that basically makes people go like happy, you know, where like you do when you take drugs, you know. I've never took them, but you know, when you're apparently supposed to go all loopy and crazy in the head and you're just there laughing and stuff. This is around about like a drug story with a lot of stuff going on. So we end up opening up to the whole story where you got two spaceships and one drops out in hyperspace and it accidentally collides into the other. So when they send out a distress call, the Doctor arrives with Romana in the TARDIS. And then when they come out and he goes, oh look, something has happened in hyperspace. And then you have Romana going, Doctor, I don't think you should interfere. Of course we should interfere. Always do your best. And that's what I say now. Come on. I love the way Tom Baker does that. Now, the one thing I absolutely love about this story is when you basically see the co-pilot basically end up walking off to an area where you got smoke, and then when you hear him scream, he's ended up with claw marks all down his body and stuff, which is pretty gruesome. So we end up with a sonologist with this little machine and a little crystal disc saying stuff, and he has a little clip of Eden. I don't have to explain it. It's like you put something inside a crystal and then you take that part of the planet back with you, and it ends up taking half of these creatures with it, known as Molons, which is M-A-N-D-E-E-D. I'll try that again, sorry. I can't spell it. I'm trying to read my writing here as well, and I think I spelled it wrong. M-A-N-D-R-E-L-S. There we go. And they come from the planet Eden. So these creatures are basically breaking out of this kind of holographic picture, and they're literally just coming out and attacking people. You do have a drug person. That somebody is supplying this kind of drug, and when he literally tries to pass on the blame to his assistant, the Doctor and Romana go, I don't believe it 1 second, do you? No, Doctor. And then they literally carry on and find out that the zoologist is the one that is bringing the drugs, because the creatures that are going around, if they are killed, that's when the drug is, because the drug's inside their bodies for some reason. So they end up decaying for drugs. And it's a great 4-part story with it. It's a great 4-part adventure. Of course, K9 goes and helps the Doctor try and separate the 2 ships from hyperspace. The Doctor is then trying to, when you have these like police people coming out, and the Doctor goes, somebody is experimenting with drugs here. And they literally scan his pocket and goes, I believe we found our culprit. And the Doctor goes, what? It was found in your pocket. So basically the Doctor runs away from the police and they try and chase after him, which is another great little bit of the story as well. Tom Baker gives a fantastic performance. I absolutely love that line. Interfere, of course we should interfere. Always do what you best at. No, that's what I say now. Come on. I love when Tom Baker does that. It's absolutely great. Now, the creatures, I think, are a really kind of a great design. If I can find a... There we are, I don't know the DVD cover. These are the creatures I'm on about. They actually are a great design, and they're so alien. And this is the one thing I love about classic Doctor Who. The aliens look like aliens, where in modern Who, you got some of the aliens that look pretty naff. Half of modern Who's monsters do look pretty naff. Where in classic Who, yeah, they still look pretty naff, but they're kind of good. You got some good designs and stuff that's going on for this story. It is magnificent. So as you can tell, I really enjoyed the story. I think Romana gives a great performance played by Leona Wood. It's great to see Tom Baker wearing his Shada costume as well, because this is the story. It debuts and then it comes back in a story in 2 stories later for Shada. I really enjoy this story. It's absolutely one of the best Tom Baker stories out of season 17. I'm absolutely have to say this. When I first watched season 17, I wasn't too keen on it. Only I love City of Death, and when Shada was fully released in HD back in 2017 with the animation, that was my second favourite story. But now, I have to do a whole video of how do I rank each of these stories in season 17, because I absolutely enjoy them. I'm enjoying them a lot more than season 16 with Shada. With season 16 in the Key to Town, because of Shada now being complete, it's actually moved season 17 up. Now, the rest of these stories, like Creature from the Pit, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was, and it's actually quite good. Nightmare of Eden is absolutely fantastic. I absolutely love this story. This is a 9 out of 10, where the Haunts of Nimon, which we find out tomorrow when I do the review on Haunts of Nimon, you all most probably know I'm enjoying that story as well. Yeah, I absolutely do enjoy this story. It's kind of got a message to drugs, which is something that Doctor Who hit on quite a few times in its past. This story, it is hit on massively. Not as bad as some of us. Like, it's not as bad as some of the stories like in Star Trek, where you have a drug people that has come addicted to it, and that is pretty bad. Where this story, it's just like, it's just in the message, but you have these alien creatures. And then you have the Doctor literally with K9's whistle leading them back into the holographic picture. And he ends up getting his clothes torn by these creatures, and he does walk out looking pretty bad. So, Nightmare of Eden, I have to say, it is a great 4-part story. It was, as I say, was broadcast on the 24th of November to the 15th of December. It is great. It's really, really good to see Tom Baker and Leona Woods basically kind of bounce off each other still. I mean, they've got great comedy stuff, and they have it in season 18 as well. But for season 18, Tom Baker just goes in from the persona he is in this season, he goes into a more moody mood in season 18, which I most probably do talk about when I talk about Tom Baker as a whole. So if you haven't seen Nightmare of Eden, I do recommend go and pick up the DVD. If you can trace down the VHS, I would recommend that as well, because that is actually pretty good to rewatch them on the old format before the DVD. And if you want to wait 2 months to the 13th of December, season 17 will be out on Blu-ray, so you can actually sit down and watch all of these stories in one massive go. So thank you for watching this video. Please do like, subscribe and share, and join me tomorrow when I talk about the Haunts of Nimon and what I love about that story. And have a great day, and hopefully there will be a video later on today when I come back from work, if I'm not too knackered. Thank you for watching, have a great day, and join me tomorrow for the Haunts of Nimon.